Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to QBSN, the podcast, episode 13. We got almost the whole men's basketball beat staff. Brady Mullen, Beckett Calkins, Thomas Curtis. We're just missing Ben Rickovicius.
Aw.
Where is he?
Wah, wah.
But we got a great show. We got Rebound Rally. Obviously, we're talking men's basketball, last two games. We're going to talk some MAAC tournament predictions, then end with a couple fun questions. So, men's basketball, 18-11 overall, 11-7, fifth in the MAAC. They're on a two-game losing streak. Marist, who's the first seed, and Fairfield, sixth seed. Now, their last two games away at Niagara and Canisius, the upper state New York trip. Quinnipiac beat Niagara by 1, 56-55, and Canisius in their first game, 75-60. So, what are your predictions for their last two games?
If they don't take care of business, I'll have no confidence going into Atlantic City. They got to go up and beat both these teams by 15 points. Jaden Zimmerman, Asim Jones, guys that haven't scored the ball this last month, have got to score the ball against these two teams and get right headed into the tournament, because otherwise you'll end up with games like Fairfield and Merrimack, those last two, where they couldn't score the ball at all. In Fairfield, they did score the ball, but it was just they were getting up and down the court. It wasn't they were like in good sets or anything. So, yeah, they've got to take care of business against these two teams.
Two very winnable games, two games that they should win. They absolutely have to win unless they start looking around at seeding and say, hey, maybe we like the matchup here better than I don't know. They should win both games. You mentioned Zimmerman. He's a guy that needs to get going. Like, he's a guy, he can score the basketball. He needs to be more efficient with his shot selection and get going. And you'd like to see some more of the bench pieces step up just going into Atlantic City. But
we've said it since October.
But these two games are games that's like, all right, go up by 20 in the first half and get the end of the bench in. Give the starters a break going to Atlantic City.
That ain't happening.
Well.
And by that, I mean they're not putting the bench in.
You don't think so?
No, dude.
Why not?
We haven't seen it all year.
Yeah, but they could get ripped.
They
could get Samson in there a little bit.
It's
These two teams
Niagara.
so if you're a
I think there's a
competitor
chance
in
they
the
lose to
MAAC,
Niagara.
if you're a competitor in the MAAC, you beat both these teams by 20 and the bench is in by when there's 15 minutes left in the second half.
Quinnipiac's fared better at Niagara in the last 4 years than they have Niagara coming here. Like, before this year, on the Grant Randall game-winning shot, the Bobcats lost 3 straight games at M&T Bank Arena to Niagara. Like that, and Niagara hasn't been good any of those years.
No.
So it's like, gets to a point.
I didn't think they were going to lose to Fairfield last weekend. So
Fairfield's talented.
Really, anything can happen.
Casey's got them playing well.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me started there. They're young. They're a young team. They're a young team rallying around the head coach.
You guys looking for a Samson Riley legacy game?
I think we already had that.
Yeah, we had that against
CCNY
with the 9 threes.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a Nate Gurangamba legacy game. I think he's going to have double digits in scoring.
94-foot Nate.
94-foot Nate.
Yeah.
That's what they're calling
mentality,
him.
baby.
There you go. So you guys are saying they go undefeated. I'm saying they split it.
Who they lose to Niagara in your mind?
I think there's a chance.
I'm sorry, Canisius is terrible.
Canisius is so bad. That game's a lock.
That game's a lock. I think Niagara could be an interesting one.
Niagara's just not good.
They got nothing to lose.
Niagara's so bad offensively, but defensively,
they're
they're a little scrappy.
What was his name? He got thrown out when he pushed Amari.
Oh yeah.
Like, they're not really scared of Quinnipiac.
No.
Well, they got nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly. Neither one of those teams have anything to play for. Like, they're both done. Like,
might as well spoil someone else's season.
Senior day, right? It's gonna be their senior day.
That too.
True.
All right. Now, let's move on. MAAC tournament predictions. I'm going to go through the top 10, and then we'll talk about who we think the semifinal games will be, and then inevitably the winner. So, number 1, Merrimack, 16-2. Number 2, Siena, 12-6. Number 3, St. Peter's, 12-6. Number 4, Marist, 12-7. Number 5, Quinnipiac, 11-7. Number 6, Fairfield, 10-8. Number 7, Mount St. Mary's, 10-8. Number 8, Iona, 8-10. Number 9, Manhattan, 8-10. And number 10, Sacred Heart, 8-11. All locked up for making the tournament. Are seedings set yet for that?
No, not at all.
No,
Not at all. Yeah.
There's a lot of scenarios.
Lot to play for. And that middle, like you mentioned, like, even Siena and St. Peter's.
Basically, like 2 through 7.
It's all
2
up for
through
grabs.
6.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you think will end up top 4?
I think we can all agree Merrimack and Siena are a lock.
Yeah, Merrimack's the one. They've already locked it. They're the regular season champions. Siena, they just need to beat Fairfield and then Ryder on Sunday.
Ryder's terrible.
So
Ryder's
they'll
really
win
bad.
one, and I think Siena's much better than Fairfield. I don't think when we saw Fairfield, I thought Quinnipiac was going to beat them, and Quinnipiac beat Siena. So I think Siena takes care of business on the road at Fairfield. So they're the 2, and then 3 and 4 get murky because you've got.
I don't think St. Peter's is very good.
I was going to say St. Peter's drops to 5.
Yeah.
I was going to, because I have this up still.
They still have Manhattan and Marist to close out their season.
Yeah.
I mean,
Marist has one game this next weekend,
Yeah.
too. They're only preparing for St. Peter's.
it's a John Dunn defensive. I mean, that game, you said it. That game's going to set offenses back 20 years.
It'll be like 45-42 or something like that.
Hammer
Like
the
that
under.
Merrimack Quinnipiac game.
Yeah.
You texted me first one to 45 going to win this game, and
That was
that's exactly
Beckett.
what happened.
That was
That was
Beckett.
Beckett. My apologies.
I'm not going to take credit for that.
Yeah, I could see St. Peter's definitely losing to Marist, as you said. Marist only has one matchup, so they're going to put everything they can there, especially to maybe go up a seed there. Could see Marist take up the 3, and then we kind of, once again, it's Quinnipiac or St. Peter's at the 4.
Marist still getting it done without Elijah Lewis, who tore his ACL.
Impressive.
And
Yep.
I haven't seen St. Peter's because they came to the bank when we were on winter break, and I just haven't watched much of them. But like you said, I don't think they're that legit. They don't shoot the 3 ball well enough. They defend a little
Quinnipiac
bit.
does neither, though.
Well, I'm not saying Quinnipiac's better than St. Peter's.
I'm
but
just saying.
I am.
Quinnipiac's got a better schedule than these next 2.
You are.
Yeah,
These next 2 games.
yeah. Quinnipiac's a better team than St. Peter's. Bashir has gotten all he can out of that roster.
And Pecora's probably not gotten everything out of this roster.
agree. That's a whole other story on St. Peter's. I think St. Peter's is a team that can stay in any game because of the defense. It's just, do they have enough firepower offensively?
No,
I
and
don't know.
their offense gets super stagnant. because
Brett
they
Bland
don't
has
shoot.
been fantastic all
Yeah,
year, but
yeah.
at some point it's like, where else is the offense going to come from for them? I think the Final Four for me, depending on how the bracket goes out, but my top 4 teams, Merrimack 100%, Siena 100%. I still have Quinnipiac probably around number 3. It's just, can they put it together, which they haven't
I
really
don't
all
think
year.
so.
And then I think that 4 spot is up for grabs. St. Peter's and Marist, they're pretty similar teams in a way. Fairfield and the Mount, they're both coming on big time. But Pat mentioned it.
But
all the
Fairfield
way,
would have to beat Siena and the Mount.
They would. All the way down at number 10, though, Sacred Heart.
Yes.
That is a scary 10 seed. I'm not saying they're going to go to the semifinals, but if you're a like top tier seed, you do not want to see Sacred Heart. Their offense is legit. They started off MAAC play 1-5, 1-6 because Anquan Hill was out,
And they've been hot.
and they've been hot. They can shoot the basketball.
Well, the best part about Sacred Heart is they get every paint touch, but they get it within the first 3 seconds of the shot clock, so then they can just spray out and. What is it? Jan Farrell,
Yep.
Deshaun Gittins
shoot
leads
the
the MAAC in
basketball.
3-point percentage. All their
Connor's a great point guard.
Hill can shoot the ball a little bit at the 5. Like all their guys can
Yep.
shoot, and because they get that dribble penetration, I can't believe that they're the 10 right now. I think they're going to jump up at least to the 7-8 range before it's all said and done.
Which I think kind of brings us to the next question of the upset.
Well, let's go winner first,
Oh,
and then
winner.
we'll talk upset.
You said it. What?
Yeah.
The 1 seed hasn't won. Won once.
One seed has won twice in the last 14 years in the MAAC.
Wow.
Joe Gallo, it's
On the
hard to
men's
bet
side.
against him and
It really is.
That team is so good.
They're special, man.
Casey is a psycho, could be like the depoy kind of guy. He's so great in the paint. I would lean Merrimack because I don't think Siena can win this tournament. I don't think Quinnipiac can. It's either going to be some run from a lower team.
Why don't you think Siena can win this tournament?
Because Quinnipiac went in and defended them so well. As soon as you get Schultz in foul trouble, or if you have a guard that can play defense on Schultz, Doty's good, but doesn't create for himself as well as other guys like Merrimack has. I just don't think Siena is as real as some people do. That fully stems from Quinnipiac beating them on the road.
In my eyes, Siena is one of the top 2 or 3 most talented team in the conference, but I think it does. I think Doty's going to deliver. Doty's there every game. Can Schultz get you 10 to 15 points efficiently?
And a lot of these
And that's
teams
the
have
question.
guard defenders that they're
Yeah.
willing to just put on Schultz and let the rest of the team ride. So I would lean Merrimack. I know the stats don't favor that, but I'm going with Gallo and Caver because watching Caver here was special.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Gallo, too. You see him crowd surfing
that was
after they
special.
clinched the 1 seed?
You think he's gone? I keep seeing this conversation about
Oh,
Providence
it's everywhere.
and Boston
Providence,
College.
BC. I mean, Earl Grant's gone. But I don't know. He signed an extension last year. He loves
Right.
Merrimack, but at some point it's like,
You got
You're
the whole
winning.
student body with the shirts.
But is the top team in the MAAC a better deal than
No,
it's not?
It's not because not only, I mean, you have the opportunity to go to the tournament. Exposure-wise, he's gonna like the contract from if you go into Providence, you're going to Boston College,
and you go to Providence, and then
what you're making
kids are seeing what you did with Kennedy and Bud Clark. He sent him to Seton Hall, and you won the MAAC, and like kids see that stuff. They're not just looking at what does Providence have. So it would really be frustrating if he left, but that's what the MAAC is at this point. They're a feeder team to this Power Four.
Does
landscape.
Kavar Kennedy leave if Joe Gallo leaves?
He's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone either way.
If Joe
gone
Gallo doesn't leave, Kavar Kennedy's gone no matter what.
He's gone.
He'll go higher than what Bud Clark went.
Yeah, he could play in the Big Ten, SEC, in my opinion.
I wouldn't mind him in Maryland. That'd be nice.
He's a little small for the SEC, but he
small.
runs the way he runs out in transition is SEC
It's just
style.
can he develop that jump shot consistently?
The way LSU's playing, they could totally use him.
A lot of
They gotta fire their
bottom
coach.
feeder SEC teams can use him.
Only in basketball.
All right, so to recap, Merrimack. What was your pick? You didn't say it.
No, I haven't. I don't think Manhattan can win it. I don't think Mount has enough firepower. I don't trust Fairfield's inexperience.
It ain't QPAC.
And I don't trust Casey.
I also don't trust Chris Casey. Iona's talented, but they can't put it all together. Quinnipiac's a better version of talented, but can't put it all together.
Ever.
Marist and St. Peter,
yes.
I in my opinion, it still comes down to Merrimack, Siena, or Quinnipiac. I'm still thinking Quinnipiac could get to that at least semifinals, and then you never know.
Well, yeah, because they played Merrimack so closely, and they beat Siena. And they have Amari Monroe.
My thing is, we go back to the matchups. You look at Iona; they've played Merrimack really well a couple times this year.
Yeah.
Went to what, double OT?
If that's a potential matchup, I really like the way Iona matches up with Merrimack. And I'm saying this because if you're Quinnipiac, I think you don't want to see Merrimack. You've shown that you can beat Siena. You've beat Marist. You beat Fairfield. St. Peter's, they only played them once, and it was close. They've beat every team in the conference other than Merrimack and St. Peter's. I'm not scared of St. Peter's.
No.
So
agreed.
I think if you could find a way to get Merrimack out, there's a clear path for Quinnipiac. That being said, I think Merrimack wins the conference.
Yeah,
How are they going to
get bounced?
Good.
Unless they match up with Iona, they're worlds better than pretty much every team in the field.
Yeah.
But you look at Quinnipiac, who played Iona last year. They went 2-0 in the regular season. It's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yeah, but they don't have Adam Jai anymore.
True.
Oh man, DeJour Reeves.
I
have nightmares from that game. Well, that was just a lethal guard duo, and it's like, you look at these teams that win in March. It's always the experience and it's the guards.
Yeah, and we don't have Savion Lewis anymore.
Quinnipiac doesn't have that. Merrimack,
not experienced, but
a couple of really talented guards there.
You think Ernest Shelton makes his way onto a MAAC team? One of these postseason All-MAAC. I saw him projected for this second team.
Yeah.
I think it's Sim Jones up there too.
I mean, he's the second leading scorer on the best team in the conference by far. What's he averaging? 16 points a game. He's been fantastic.
16, yeah.
He's what, a junior?
I don't know.
Sophomore or junior? Yeah.
He's not a freshman. That's all I know. And one thing I wanted to say about DeJour Reeves, he's going to be an A10 first teamer.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
He's averaging 17 on Fordham.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
So.
That Iona team had talent. I was going through their roster a couple weeks ago. I was like, they had a lot of talent this year.
Mount? I don't know. Anyways.
All right, so let's go to what you think your biggest upset is in the MAAC tournament.
I mean, I think obviously it's hard not knowing what the matchups are yet, but like you said, I could see Iona beat Merrimack, and I could see Sacred Heart kind of upsetting anyone.
Yeah, if I had to pick just one of these lower teams to win a game, I'd probably take the 10 seed right now, Shoe, just because of how impressed I was when they came here and how well they've been playing since Anquan Hill got back.
I mean, right now, too, that matchup, right, it's 7-10. It would be Mount against
and
Sacred Heart. Mount's been one of the best teams in the conference the last couple weeks. That being said, give me Sacred Heart. 100%. I think you look at the upset teams, it's Sacred Heart with their offensive firepower. I don't trust Manhattan. Iona matchup-wise, 100% against a team like Merrimack. I think Iona could pick off like a St. Peter's or a Marist, something like that. So those are definitely my 2 lower seeds. Fairfield is an interesting case of they've been much better as of late, but they're so young.
Yeah.
Do you trust them? And we saw Brandon Benjamin get hurt against Quinnipiac. Is he healthy?
I actually haven't even seen anything about that. But
he then came right back.
He's legit.
Yeah. No, he's awesome. But, again, he's a freshman. You go up against how do you say Casey's last name?
That's a great question.
Ugwood
something.
Something. I wish I knew how to say it because I talk about him all the time. But you play a team like Merrimack, and their bigs are better than Benjamin, as good as he is.
Yeah.
But you got to look at if Fairfield's backup big Moncati.
Yeah, I mean, he's great.
He played a great game
He
against
tore up
Quinnipiac.
Spence last weekend.
He had a couple dunks on him for sure. But I think we all agree Sacred Heart probably. Maybe Iona.
My 3 teams to upset are probably Sacred Heart, Iona, and Fairfield.
And remind me where you think Sacred Heart's going to land going into the tournament.
So
they have Mount. I think they win that.
They get to 9 and 11.
Their Mount at home. They get to 9 and 11. They're probably somewhere
8 or 9.
Because you look, Manhattan could very well lose both games. They have St. Peter's and Iona. Iona, I mean, they have Ryder and Manhattan. Iona's going to win. Iona's going to get to at least 9 wins.
So, yeah, Sacred Heart's the 9.
I think Sacred Heart's probably the 9 seed, and they're probably playing a team like that. Could be it could be an Iona Sacred Heart first round matchup,
which would be so much fun.
That would be an electric Thursday game.
That'd be a blast.
Well, now that we don't have Ryder in the tournament like we did last season, which was so frustrating because that team was not great. This field is awesome. This field's really good.
The three worst teams are out,
and they were out
that's
like
clear.
3 weeks ago.
And that's it's been all year. I'm sorry, Ryder's 4-23. Like,
ooh, I think it's at the end of the day, it's the MAAC. Anything can happen.
Mount won it last year.
It's so inconsistent.
We go back to I was looking at this the other day. St. Peter's on the road or in neutral sites 3-10 this year.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Who St. Peter's is host Manhattan at Marist. So yeah,
I'm just going back to like
Marist.
Who's going to win the tournament and why I don't think like people love St. Peter's. I just don't.
No.
I'm not on the. I think Bashir's done a great job. That roster's not that talented. He's gotten all he can out of that roster.
And they were just so hot. That's why they're 12-6 in the conference. It's not like
they were picked like 11th in the preseason poll?
They were
not
projected to do well.
Somehow Quinnipiac picked 1.
I mean, it's just based on
that
returning.
Makes sense,
it makes
though.
sense, yeah.
When you look at
only because Amari was returning.
But when do you?
Pecora said himself.
Exactly, he did. But when do you vote? When they vote for that, nobody knows what these rosters.
You don't know
are.
You don't know who Kaveri Kennedy.
Yeah,
they didn't know what Merrimack had coming in. Siena got the respect, right?
Yeah,
Siena was 2.
what, 2, right?
Siena was 2. So it's like those 2 teams got the respect. St. Peter's came out of nowhere.
And Quinnipiac's underperformed. They
drastically
with this roster.
Every single game, probably.
Yes, with this roster, they should be the 1 seed back there.
You look at Quinnipiac's best 2 MAAC games. It's probably been 2 road games. At Siena, they played really well, and at Mount.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like okay, like those showed you what you
every
can do.
Game. I feel like I leave the bank just like
there's stretches.
There could have been more.
Every game.
And
it's always the same things too.
It's like
rebounding, shot selection.
They're in the it's that their offense is not explosive.
No.
Like they can't string possessions together. Like
they never go on a run.
Exactly. They're like, bottom third in the conference in kill shots right now, which is I was looking at that the other day. They don't go and kill shots. They define it as a 10-0 run.
Yeah.
Like amount per game. It is a Sam Fetterman stat. They have like 0.8 10-0 runs per game or something like that.
Yeah, they don't.
Which is a weird way to phrase it.
Every time another team goes on a run, like Merrimack went on a run to win that game. I never expect Quinnipiac to be to punch back. Yeah. And in Fairfield, as soon as Mari went out, it's like this game's over.
Yeah,
that's a whole other story. Don't get me going on that.
No. That was a bad call. Can we talk? We can talk about the refs on this podcast. Yeah. That was a horrible call.
The initial foul was horrible.
Explain it so people know.
All right. Yeah. So Amari picked up his 4th personal foul.
Sliding with what was it? Deuce Turner.
Yeah.
He was a good guard.
In the lane.
Hand checked a little.
Is this Amari's tech?
Yes. So he picks up a 4th. It was a questionable call. I'll say that. And
a little behind the poke.
Yeah, and Amari wasn't happy. He gave the gesture like, come on, and he was walking off because it was his 4th foul. He knew he was going to sit down.
But the backside ref comes up.
Yeah.
And
from cross court.
From cross court, Amari is talking to the front side ref that blew the whistle. The backside ref comes up.
And it wasn't anything over. I mean, I don't know what he said.
It didn't look like anything crazy. Pecora said he probably said the magic word. How does the backside ref throw out the MAAC Player of the Year on a senior day?
Was he even talking to the front ref? He was just talking out loud,
He was just saying that's terrible.
Yeah.
And objectively, he was correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, really frustrating that.
Bad call. Also, Amari, though, like
bad reaction.
At that point, you got to just, all right, it's my 4th foul, just get off the court.
Yeah.
Like, you get, like, I think we can all agree that probably cost him that game.
Yes,
I think that
they win that game. They were well on their way to winning that game. I thought they had.
And that's no
bunch
disrespect
of
to Fairfield. I thought Fairfield was pretty great.
No, but Amari was playing well on the boards defensively. They switched a lot, and I thought they were, like I said, well on their way to winning that game. And Amari's scoring would have put them over the top. They only lost by 6 points.
Offensively, you go from Amari to Nate as soon as he fouls out. Nate hit a big shot.
You mean 94-foot Nate?
Yeah, 94-foot Nate. You just don't get that same. punch.
I also think it's hard to blame Amari. I mean, yeah, it's like you picked up that fourth, but I mean, what a horrible call.
Terrible.
And then like he's doing that every game where he's like, oh, like come on, like
he's been in the MAAC for 3 years. I bet he's done that a billion
times. And then all of a sudden,
your senior day.
It's quite annoying when refs try to take control of the game.
And those also that's a play he's made a billion times.
Yeah,
every game.
There's so many things
like the refs
that
were losing control of that one before that happened.
The crowd was all over the refs.
There was that.
I've never heard that in the bank.
Yeah. I don't know the smaller ref's name, but oh my god, it felt like every call he made, it was so over the top.
It was over the top.
It was about him.
Instead of just like going to inbound the ball or whatever after the foul, he was talking to Pecor and he was talking to Casey. And I've never seen you don't see that from a ref.
And
often.
Casey's really animated, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then Pecora he'll go at refs occasionally, and it felt like both of them were just on him.
And Morris and Umar were all over him. But Fairfield, every foul call, they react so viscerally.
Oh, it's awesome.
Everybody's hands up.
It's the same with Casey.
Because Chris Casey's their coach, they completely reflect him.
But I also think that they barely called anything the first half, and then all of a sudden they have some meeting during halftime, and it's like, you know what, let's just call every single thing. It's end of the month quota.
Yeah.
And they just started ripping it in the second half. It was
because I thought it was officiated pretty well in the first half.
I was like, they're letting them play physical.
It was good.
Great.
I love the physicality, especially it's a rivalry
basketball's
game.
a physical sport.
It's the kind of game Quinnipiac wants to play with these bigger bodies. Yeah. Keith's such an athlete that he wants to play physically. Amari, obviously. Jay-Z's put on a lot of weight. Like, that's part of his game nowadays is playing.
Grant, too.
Exactly. So that's the kind of game, and as soon as all those fouls start getting called.
There you go.
Yeah,
good assist.
Nice English, thank you. That's when it went downhill, and then Amari gets thrown out.
How's the glass?
Repaired
by the time we were
real
gone, right?
quick.
Yeah.
Like 40, 30 minutes after the game?
Yeah.
Anybody that does
impressive work from Quinnipiac.
They had facilities on it in-game.
Yeah.
While Amari's still back there punching stuff.
The only difference is, you know how, like, the other 3 doors next to it, they have that little tape line that says, like, authorized personnel only?
Yeah. They got to get that.
That's not on the new glass.
Oh, they got to get on that. Got to get on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyone can walk through that door.
You can.
Okay.
All right. So let's end it with. Would you rather say your favorite player or who you think the face of the team is going to be next?
I know it. Yeah, we got time for both.
Okay, let's do it.
We'll give quick explanations. Thomas, I know who your favorite team member is.
I'll go last. Everyone knows. Oh, okay. Ty Turnage. I've got this weird thing for shorter point guards that. What?
That's accurate.
Tyus Jones.
In a basketball
2015 Duke Championship.
You like Jared Harper? 2019 Jared Harper?
He was good.
Muggsy Bogues.
Isaiah Thomas. I was huge. Like, I have an Isaiah Thomas jersey. Where's number 4? So Ty does the right stuff a lot of the time.
He resonates with you.
Yeah, a little bit because, I mean, I turn the ball over so much more in pickup than he does. But I'm going Ty Turnage.
Analytically, a top 3 player on this year's team.
For some reason. I mean, not for some reason. For a real reason. But
that offensive value is legit.
Yeah. What's his ATO?
A lot too little. He was leading the nation for a while.
You want to go?
Oh, my favorite player?
Favorite team member?
Favorite team member? Oh man, I don't know. You got to go. Let me think this one out.
I mean, I think collectively we could have the honorable mention of Ben's brother, team manager. Shout out Low Rick.
Cobb also gets a shout out.
Low Rick.
And Sean Morris. Guy's an offensive guru. Player though.
Yo, he's 5.2.
I think I gotta go 94'8". That guy. I've never seen a crazier impact on a game. Like when Amari got hurt or was ejected, and Nate comes in to play defense, you could tell there was a different sense of energy on the court. He's buzzing. He's giving everything he can give, and then some. He gets the other guys around him going too. Defensive guy, you love to see that in today's game of basketball, where it's just like, I'll just shoot the 3, walk back, like James Harden type play. Nate Gurungamba? No, complete opposite. That man is gritty.
Defense only.
Grit. He can score, bro. I'm telling you, he can score. He did.
We just haven't seen it yet.
I'm going to go with someone. I love those 2 picks, by the way. Great picks. I'll go with Grant Randall. I feel
good one.
He's been great this year, and we've talked about it a little bit, but he barely played last year. He played a little bit, but then you look in the playoffs.
He got some tick towards the end.
He played 2 minutes in that Iona semifinal game last year.
He couldn't play. He was too small, but he really put in the work last year.
And that shot, they stressed last year, Randall's a guy who could shoot. He's making shots in practice, but in the game last year,
we're like, where is it?
It was terrible. It's like this shot is hideous. And now this year, it's like He knocked down the corner three to beat Niagara. He's hitting big shots after big shots.
31%
and
after what he did last year.
He more than holds his own defensively.
Yeah.
And he gets boards.
And he's big because they can switch him down low and not really worry about it. He's so tall.
6'6",
he's
6'7".
lengthy. He's sick. They haven't listed at 6'9".
6'9".
So he's probably
6'9"?
he's probably
He's probably
6'8".
6'8", 6'7". Yeah,
Well, because they've got Ty at 6 feet.
Yeah, he's 5'8".
All right, you don't have to
Hey,
be rude.
5'9".
But yeah, Grant's length and switchability is so huge to this team. They're going to need him to shoot it better than 31% from three because they trust him so much in the corner. I feel like he shoots 7 corner threes a game. He maybe hits 3 of them. But
I think that's part of their formula for success in Atlantic City. It's drive and kick to Randall.
Per guy, the team hits threes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Randall's got to knock down a couple shots. And Sim Jones is a guy who's shown that he can really shoot the basketball. Get him some attempts.
He hits his first one and then shoots the next one and misses that second one, and then he stops shooting.
Exactly.
Like he's 1 for 2 on the year.
He's shooting like 50%. He's shooting like 50%. Yeah.
He's a great
Get him shots.
three-point
We're getting off topic again.
Yeah,
But anyway.
Sorry, we love this team. What's next?
Face of the team next season.
It's hard to predict with the portal and
It
everything
is.
who's going to be here.
It is.
I think Keith McKnight has a really good chance if he doesn't leave. He hasn't developed the jump shot that a lot of Power 4 teams are looking for, but he's just so athletic and jumps out the gym. They get that lob from Ty to him every single game. If he stays and he's on this roster, his freshman to sophomore year jump could be better than what Grant's done.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. If Keith stays, also depends if Grant stays. I would assume Grant stays at least one more.
You think so? I think he's got all the intangibles that Power 4 guys are looking for. He measures up with a lot of Big Ten, SEC.
But it's basically his first year.
But you look at Grant.
But it's not because he's had that offseason.
Yeah.
Grant's not a one-on-one or an iso ball or really a self-create type of player. He is what he is right now. Like, he's this good role player for Quinnipiac. If he stays next year, it's like he's not going to really be the guy. But if he transfers to a bigger school, he could play this same role at a bigger school.
And what I'm thinking about is Amari was such a hot commodity because he played defense, he rebounded, and he could shoot it.
Size, yeah.
Grant's got all those things.
Yep.
And so maybe it's not the UConns of the world, but there are going to be some big schools calling for Grant. I don't know if he's going to be here next year.
He can play in the Big East.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See that St. John's game last night?
They went like 0 for 24 last
they
17 minutes of the game.
They made 2 shots in the second half.
Yeah.
But it was in like the first 1 minute and a half, right?
Patino, man.
You got to
face the team. I 100% think it's Keith if he stays. Just for the reason I just said, I think Grant's great, but even if he stays, I don't think he's really that self-creator that is going to lead the team. But if I had to
But there's a lot of offensive weapons that don't really allow Grant to become that self-creator.
It's just true. A Sims dribbling.
He's not a guy that he just doesn't feel like a guy that needs to have the ball in his hands or really wants to have the ball in his hands.
He just plays so well. I don't think he needs to be here to prove it.
Exactly. That being said, I think it's probably someone that's not on the team. I think there's a big portal addition. You look at a Sim. You look at they got Amari a couple years ago. I mean,
Pacor's been good with these freshman classes. Malik Fields is coming in. He was just he's in New York. He'll score the ball. I think he could be a Jay-Z kind of guy.
If I had to guess, I'd go transfer portal is the guy. Portal. But if Keith stays, he's going to be a guy that's legit starting role all MAAC type of league.
Let's talk about this. We know Amari's graduating. Jay-Z's not going to be here. He's just played.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's proved himself as a
scorer,
high-level guy. Sim graduates. We think Grant's gone. If Keith stays, because Spence is the starter, obviously, in this 5, but Keith is the closer because they just can't play Spence. So they lose their entire starting 5. It's going to have to be one of these guys deeper on the bench. Braylon will have a much bigger role next year.
Yeah, Braylon makes a huge jump next year.
If Sampson sticks around, he's a guy who could see more minutes.
It's just they haven't really found – they got to figure out the guard rotation as we get to AC because either it's a Sim all 40 or he doesn't play. He picks up a couple fouls and it's Ty.
And Pecora said himself, Ty's a 12-minute guy.
Yeah.
He cannot play a whole – what did he play the other day, 34?
38.
He played 38 minutes the other day?
Dang.
No shot.
34.
34.
34 is right.
But, yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, shout out Keith McKnight, who's coming on the podcast in a couple weeks after AC.
That wasn't a setup, guys, swear.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we're very excited for that. So
Actually,
stay
I think
tuned.
you told me yesterday.
I did tell you yesterday.
Yeah, you slept on it.
But thank you guys for coming on. This is awesome. Great episode. Yeah. So tune in on Friday, 3 p.m. every week. Appreciate you boys for coming out and doing this.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
That was episode 13. Peace.